Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel today. Today we'll be looking at filtering and sorting data with SQL. I'll walk you through the different operators or clauses or statements that we use to filter and sort data. And we'll do all of this using SQLite, which is loaded on Python via Google Colab. So I have basically done the needed steps to load the database and also install all of the packages. So you can just replicate all of these steps on your Google Colab, right? The first four cells: install the packages, load the SQL extension, as well as connect to your Google Drive, right? Where you have the Chinook database saved on your Google Drive folder. So all I would just do is start from loading the database, and then we'll go over the first clause, which is the where clause. All right, so I've loaded the database, and then I basically tried to, should I use the word, visualize the different tables that we have in our database, right? So you can see the table names there, from albums to customers to employees, and then finally tracks, right? Then the next thing we would do is to look at our very first clause, right? Which is the where clause. So basically the where clause is, it's used to filter records, right? And it's also used to extract only those records that fulfill a specified condition when running SQL, right? So let's look at the first question that we have here, which is, it's asking us to run a query to select all records where the city column has the value Berlin in customers, right? So I think what you want to take note of from the question is, what's the table you're being asked to run the query on to retrieve data? And then what's the attribute that you're focusing on? So in our case, we're focusing on the customers, and our attribute is the city, to then run all the records that would give us the value Berlin, right? So let's do the coding for that and see how that would be. So I'm just going to say select, and I like using the wildcard, the asterisk wildcard, so that it gives me all the columns, right? And the table is customers, right? And we have the where clause, which is the attribute we're looking at is the city column. So city is equal to Berlin, and we end statement, or we terminate the statement. So here's our output, and we can see that we have only two cities or two customers that are from the city of Berlin, right? So you can see their name, you can see their customer ID, 36 and 38. So Hannah and Nicholas, right, are the only two customers that we have that are from Berlin in Germany, right? So you can see their phone numbers, you can see their email addresses, and so on and so forth. So that's how we use the where clause. The next one is an operator called AND, right? The AND operator. And it's an advanced filtering technique, right? Which helps us to display a record if all the conditions are true, right? So we'd get to see how we use the AND operator in order to work on a particular query. So the question says, select all records where the city column has the value Delhi, and that's a city in India. And the postal code column has 12209, right? So I'm going to show you all how to use SQL to do all of that. All right, let's get to work. All right, so start with select, and then my wildcard as usual, so that I can call everything. And then from our table is customers. And then we use the where clause, right? Because we have city and then postal code. So where city is Delhi, and that's how you put the and operator. And then postal code is 11. Oh no, I made a mistake here. The question should be so 110017. Okay, so run it. All right. So basically this was the correct postal code. I made a typo error there. So you could see that we basically just have one customer that is from Delhi in India with the postal code of 110017, right? And their name is Manoj Parikh. So that's basically how we could use the AND operator to retrieve data from two different columns, or we could also say attributes as well. All right. The next the next operator that we would look at is called the OR operator, right? So we'll basically get to see how this operator is used to query a database. So the question says, select all records where the city column has the value Berlin or London. So let's see, so select, customers. So here our first city is Berlin, or, right, so we're asked to select from either Berlin or London. And then the other one is, oh, should say city, London. No, I don't. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you could see that it gives us 4 different result sets, right? Or should I say 4 outputs in our result sets, or 4 rows in our result set, where the records are between Berlin or London, right? So we already know of Hannah and Nicholas that are from Berlin, but now we see Emma and Phil are from London, right? So basically 2 results from London and 2 results from Berlin. So that's how we use the OR operator. And then the next one is the NOT operator, right? And basically it is used to give the negative results, right? So basically we're saying we don't want this particular record to show in the database, right? So I think I see it as maybe when we say exclude, something like that. I think that would be a good way to describe the NOT operator, right? Asking it to exclude certain values or certain records. So let's see, the query here says, use the not keyword to select all records where country is not Germany, right? So basically, we're just going to exclude Germany from our query. So select this from customers, then where not, and then it says country is Germany. Okay, sweet. So let's see. All right, so if you go to country and if we look at all of it, so you can see we don't have any Germany in here, right? But so let me show you this. So if I comment this out and I run this again, right? So this is basically like before. So you can see number 2, Leonie is from Germany, right? So if we don't put the not, it includes Germany. So you can see Leonie is from Germany. Let's see. Hannah is also from Germany. Finn is from Germany. Nicholas is from Germany. Yeah, so we already had 4. We saw 4 people that were from Germany. But once we put in the where not, right, saying exclude Germany from the list, and we run it, right, you could see we don't have Leonie anymore. Like the number here, the customer ID even shows you that customer ID 2 has been removed, right? So that's basically what the not operator does. So the next one is the wildcard, right? And the wildcard is basically a character that we use to substitute one or more characters in a string, right? So that's what the wildcard is. So let's look at this uh, query to see how we could use the wildcard, right? So the query says select all records where the second letter of the city is an A, right? So please kind of pay attention to how we use this one, right? So select this from customers, and then we have where, right? And we're dealing with the city, right? We want to say, so the second letter of that city starts with an A, right? We don't even know what the first letter is, but we know what the second letter is. So using the wildcard, the percentage wildcard, so you could say where city like, and then underscore, which is saying that that first letter is blank, but we know the second one, which is A, and then percentage, right? Basically, what that means is that the underscore is we have to look for all the first letters, and then we already know that the second letter is an A, and then percentage is basically it should fill out any should I say strings or words that comes after A, right? That's basically what that means. So we close this or end the statement and we run it. So you could see all the cities that their second letter starts with an A: Vancouver, Madison, Wisconsin, Salt Lake City, Utah, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Paris, which is in France, Warsaw, which is in Poland, Madrid, which is in Spain, Santiago, Chile, Bangalore, India, right? So we can literally see each of these cities have their second letters starting with an A, right? So that's how we use the percentage wildcard. So our last statement for this session is the OrderBy, right? So the OrderBy clause allows users to sort data by columns, right? That's basically what the OrderBy clause does. So we could see the query we have here, which is select all records from the customer's table and then sort the result alphabetically by the column city, right? So let's see how we do this. So we have to first to select this from the table is customers, and we should order by city, and then we have to sort it alphabetically, right? So when we say sort alphabetically, what it means is we have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all the way to Z, right? That's what it means by sort alphabetically. So order by, you can use two different, should I say, what do I call them now? Two different sorting directions, right? You could have the ascending order, right? Or the descending order, right? So, ascending order, we're going A, B, C, D. Descending order, we're going Z all the way to A, right? That's basically what descending order is. So that's basically the sort direction. So in our case, we're saying alphabetically. So that is A to Z. So we're going to use the ascending, which is just denoted as ASC, right? If you were doing the descending, it will be denoted as DESC, right? So if we're doing descending, DESC, that's basically what it is. But for today, we're doing ASC. So that's that. Just run it and I'll show you. All right, so when you look at the city, because that's what we're sorting alphabetically based on the query here, right? So you could see that this is from A, B, C, D, E, F, H, L, all the way to Y, right? We don't have any Z, but we have the last stuff to be Y. So that's basically what we say, or what we do by saying ascending, right? All right, so I hope this video helps you understand how to filter and sort data using different clauses or operators or statements, right, in order to filter and sort the data. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and do not forget to practice all what you've learned in this video today. Feel free to put any comments in the chat if you have any questions, and we'll do our best to answer the questions. See you in the next video. Thank you.